Hey, everybody. I'm still like, okay, did the light come on? Yes, the light is on. Welcome to Mornings with Loretta. Hey, did you know that today is National Board Game Day, April 11th? Yes, I'm so excited about that. And this year we have the perfect challenge to enjoy on a game night. And who better than Dr. Annie Velasca, I'm going to get it right. She's here. She just told me how to pronounce it, but she's here to tell you something. This is a different kind of show today, but it's going to be so amazing. Welcome to Mornings with Loretta, Dr. Annie.
Thank you.
So let me just say, I'm excited. I don't have a perfect cat right now, but I do love the little kitten. So why is National Board Game Day special this year?
Well, Friskies has always been exciting for our cats, but this year we decided to let cat lovers in on the fun with a new board game called Adventures in Friskies World. It's a really fun, playful, cat-inspired game where you get to choose how challenging and rewarding you want it to be. And of course, players get to experience Friskies World from the cat's perspective, which as a pet behaviorist, I'm a big fan of.
I can't wait to have this conversation. So this is good because I don't, I have some, my children have puppies. Well, they're dogs, but I think dog is a harsh word for them because I love them so much. They're puppies, but they're big. So how can we include our pets in the game, especially our cats, our kittens, and all of that good stuff? How can we include them?
So Adventures in Friskies World is designed for humans to play, but we definitely didn't forget about cats. So every game has a cat toy included, and I recommend having a play session with your cat before you sit down to play the game. And then to keep them engaged while you play the board game, I suggest letting them have the cardboard box that the game shipped in. We know cats love boxes. It's the perfect size for a cat. And as ambush predators, cats really appreciate having that enclosed space where they can hide and feel safe, but still observe what's going on around them.
Cute. Oh my goodness, I could just keep watching that photo. So why is interactive play really important for our feline friends? I can only imagine. If they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. But how can we make them want to do it? Because it is very important.
Yeah, I mean, cats need that stimulation to stay happy and maintain their overall health. And sometimes people seek my help because their cat just doesn't play. And usually they just haven't found their cat's preferred play style. So I encourage people to try lots of different things, toys of different shapes and sizes, toys with different textures, toys that make different sounds, and also focus on really trying to be the prey. That could mean moving it in different ways. Some cats prefer to chase the toy along the ground. Others prefer to have it flying through the air. So really have fun with it yourself and don't be afraid to experiment. You can also incorporate food into the fun by using puzzle feeders to make them hunt for their treats or add some variety to their diet. I know cats appreciate all the different flavors and textures that Friskies offers, which is why the theme was such a great fit for the board game.
Okay, so the board game is truly amazing. I do love that. So what are some other suggestions for engaging with our cats? Because when I think of them, I think they're just pretty to look at, that they don't do much, but how can we engage with them? Or tell me some stuff that I don't know because I am not a cat owner or cat mom. So tell me how I can engage with them when I see them at somebody's house.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite way to engage cats, things that can really improve their well-being, is the play that I just talked about. And I think people underestimate how important it is for cats. But, I mentioned earlier that they are ambush predators. That doesn't change just because they're living in our homes with us. They still have all of those hunting instincts to stalk and chase and pounce on stuff. And providing lots of scheduled playtime to our cats gives them an outlet for those instincts and a really natural way to keep them physically and mentally active. And it also deepens their bonds with us. So play is my absolute favorite way to engage with cats.
Okay, now I'm going to look at them a little differently now because I didn't think you could play with them. I just thought they had their own personality. They just, just put them and make them pretty, right? And you feed them and you take care of them because you don't walk a cat. So it's a little different from what I know. So thank you for enlightening me. And like I said, I know they're more than just pretty. They can be very active. Where can we go for more information? Because I know you got to go.
For more information on the game, you can go to boardgame.friskies.com. And you can also follow me on social media at Annie Knows Animals for some more pet behavior insights.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much, Dr. Annie. Look forward to having you on Mornings with Loretta again very soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. So we're going to keep this train moving. We do have another segment. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, we are going to talk about a show that's on TV. Yeah, Oprah Winfrey Network. And it's one that I am so sure you are going to love, 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 love. It's called Love and Marriage Detroit. We have two of the stars on today to be our guest. And I can't wait. I just cannot wait until you meet them. They are Russell and Kolby Harris, and they've been married for 5 years, and they just welcomed their second daughter. Yes, how exciting is that? And then they're on a reality show. So, you know, that's going to take a lot of patience and finesse, but I'm telling you, these two people can do it. They can do it. So we're going to have them come on. So Russell is a who runs the nonprofit Soar Detroit, and his beautiful bride, Kolby, she's an entrepreneur, a content creator, and a mom and a wife. So, you know, I'm all about that girl power and how we empower each other and just how we do life. So I want to welcome them to the show. Let's see if they are ready. They're coming on shortly. So, but you're going to love this couple. I have a lot of questions to ask because, you know, I am not by any stretch of the imagination a relationship guru or expert, or I'm at the novice. I'm at the, you know, I work so much. I don't have time, but as a mom, I can do that. But I want to welcome Russell Harris and Kolby Harris, stars of Love and Marriage Detroit, to our conversation. Let's see if they are ready. So we'll just put a pause in it because, you know, this is live, honey. We are live, but we edit for TV. And let's see if they are ready. I'll take them off and I'll just have a conversation because, you know, I like to have a conversation. So let me tell you more about the show. So Detroit, everybody knows Detroit is the city Detroit, because there are some people I know a person that's actually named Detroit. I do. I think it's so awesome. They're in another interview. Okay, let me tell you about them before they come on. So Detroit is on the rise, and so are the people who are living there. It's a city where Black culture is strong. 3 couples and longtime family friends want to show the world that Detroit is more than just grit, abandoned factories, and 8 Mile Road. This redeeming city is all about family, friendship, business, excellence, and of course, love. So Love and Marriage Detroit was centered on a group of African-American families with deep ties to Detroit who have decided to stay in the city and prove they can provide the best lives possible for their families and the community on a comeback. Detroit is really on the comeback, I promise you. Do not sleep on Detroit. It never lost everything, like their culture, their essence. It's still a great city to live in and to visit. So Russell and Kolby Harris, and then there's Brandon and Christina Bowman Smith, and then there's Anthony and Dr. LaToya Thompson. They star in the series, and in the premiere series, secrets and past deeds haunt the couples as relationships cracks are exposed. But I'm gonna tell you, it's like a soap opera. It's more than a reality show. It's more like a soap opera to me. So welcome to Mornings with Loretta for the very first time, but not the last time by any stretch of the imagination, Pastor Russell and his beautiful bride, Miss Kolby.
Doing this morning.
I'm great. How are you two doing?
We're good.
We're good. We're really good.
I got to say hats off to your queen. I mean, I appreciate everything you do too, but that woman power that she has going on, being a mom, a new baby, another daughter, and daughters in itself, and it's hard to me because I'm a mother of sons. And then she's an entrepreneur and the first lady. Girl, I see your crown. I see it. You got to go. We are watching you, Kolby. We're watching you.
Thank you.
She a hustler.
Thank you.
Come on now, Pastor. You are a pastor and you run a social nonprofit organization. And then some people, it's overpowering them to just go to work and come home. I used to be that person until all this other stuff hit. So how do you all manage all of that? Your home dynamic, your church dynamic, and now you bought this new dynamic in Love and Marriage Detroit. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, so first, having Christ as a foundation allows you to do a lot more than you can do on your own, right? So we acknowledge him in everything we do. And my wife is really good at building systems, right? So making sure that, we have the right systems in place at home, that allows us to be able to move how we need to move, as well as making sure we have the right systems as entrepreneurs, which allows us to sometimes step away from our business and focus on other things related to life. So I think with Christ and systems, that's allowed us to find some success.
Okay, I love how you summarize it. So this season is really pulling back the curtain on some personal challenges and some triumphs. So what made you both say yes to being this transparent in this big old world that if you just are doing regular stuff, 9 to 5, so people want to talk about you and put you down, but you all are putting your life out there on Front Street. So how was that yes easy for you, Kolby, as a first lady and a mom and an entrepreneur?
You and this first lady extending me. Honestly, yeah. So I was initially more interested in the show because I wanted to use the show as an opportunity to really showcase Black love, showcase God being in the center of our love. And I feel like there's a lot of drama around Black love sometimes. And I wanted to kind of show a different element. I wanted to show a different perspective of Black love. Obviously we know that drama is something that happens in any marriage, but how you handle that drama is also a selling point of, real long lasting quality love as well. And so I wanted to show that in a different light. And so that's really what inspired me to want to showcase and share more of our story for some of those younger couples who do have children and families and are entrepreneurs or are working folks who just wanting to be able to see another couple that looks like them, that loves each other.
Oh, that was a beautiful answer. So Pastor Russell, as a pastor and a nonprofit leader, how are you able to balance it? Because you have to protect, provide, and do all the stuff for your family and your church. And now you're out here. So how are you as a man balancing all this? Because I don't think because I'm a mother of sons, right? So I esteem the male connection and the whole specimen of who you all are, because you take on so much and I don't think you all get enough lifting, right? So how are you balancing it as a man and being on TV, especially as a Black man?
Yeah. Excuse me. A few things. One, I don't have a church. So I led. I was a Army chaplain. So I led a brigade of soldiers, in their spiritual walks and whatever faith formation they have. And the family dynamic is I can't take credit for it. My wife, she does a really good job at doing and leading that aspect of it, so that I can be the guy that's out there, being an entrepreneur and being a part of the community. So, yeah, it's a lot. But yeah, when you got a solid foundation, which we have a solid foundation, it's been a breath of fresh air for sure.
Oh, I love that. So with so many eyes on your journey, what's one myth about marriage and about being a couple on TV? Because, everybody has their own definition or opinion about reality TV. Is it really reality? Is it staged? What myth would you like to dispel right now, especially about your role being on TV or reality TV? And do you have to leave who you are at home? Because I just want people to know you're so authentic. I just don't believe that you and Kolby are doing that you all are showing up as yourselves, but people are thinking it's staged. So how do you get people to understand this is real life?
Come see us on a normal day to day. This is how we operate, right? Like anything. Yeah, I mean, we operate this way, whether there's cameras in our face or not. And if you know us, you know that. And our friends know that, our family knows that. So I think, yeah, like you said, maybe one of the biggest myths about reality TV is that it's staged. And we can tell you right now, there's nothing staged about what we do. Nothing staged about the TV series, nothing staged. It's all authentic, it's all real.
Oh, I love that. So what was it that for you, Kolby, that said, yeah, we can do this? Well, why not? Why not do this?
Hmm. I feel like the moment really came because Russell and I were just in an interesting season of our life. We, had been a married couple for just a little while, but we, opened up our home to family, and we allowed some family to come live with us as a married couple. And I think a lot of our friends seen us like, wow, like you guys are young, just still figuring it out, and you're still allowing people in your space as you're journeying and figuring out marriage. And I mean, it just goes to show like who Russell and I both are as individuals and how big our hearts are. And so, when we were able to do that, and we were able to, not that we were looking for feedback from anyone, but we were able to get feedback from others of like us being an example for them, and them being inspired, to allow a family member to live with them during a season. That was, a moment where we were like, wow. More so, shouldn't say we. I was more so like, wow, like maybe this could also inspire and help others if they can see our example as, a young married couple just figuring it out. So
Wow.
that was kind of the driving factor for me.
Okay, so that leads into my last question, other than tell us when it airs and where people can watch and what time. So as this new season unfolds, what message do you hope Black couples, families, and dreamers walk away with after watching your story?
Yeah, you want to take that one?
I think as this new part B unlocks, I hope that people, really kind of dig deep into, the foundation of why you fall in love with your spouse, of who they are at their core. Because I think sometimes life circumstances can happen, in part B of this season, Russell and I are having some intense conversations about just parenting, about, the journey of parenting and how we see things differently. And, in the midst of that, I had to remember, okay, this is the person that I fell in love and why, not because of that particular situation in our parenting differences, but, in terms of just who he is as a person in general. And, remembering not to see fault in him for us having different perspectives. That doesn't mean that we're not, equally yoked. It doesn't mean that we're not aligned. It just means that we have different perspectives on a particular topic, and getting back to that foundation of why we're here in the first place, what we can learn through this, and how we can be better and apply better tactics together so that we can parent better and we can see eye to eye with one another.
Wow, I think you all are so bold, so courageous to learn and share at the same time. And that is the best way to teach, though. I know you being a leader, both of you being a leader, that's the best way, right? Leading by example. So I just want to say, I think you're just so courageous and so bold. And God's going to really use this as a ministry to help other people, and not just Black people, but people as a whole, to do relationship healthier. Right. And like you said, I'm not going to get mad at him because of, something I disagree with, because I still love him. He's still the man of God. He's still my husband. But I do want to address what's causing me to feel kind of off or whatever. That was powerful. That was very powerful. So tell us how we can find the show and when to watch, please.
Yeah. So the show airs, it's on every Saturday at 8 p.m., 7 Central on OWN. And yeah, we're excited to share more about our story and our lives as young married couples with 2 kids.
And businesses, right? And family and all this other stuff. So thank you for leading by example. I hope you'll come and be our guest again. And you have, Saturdays at 8 p.m. That's like one of the prime real estate for TV. So that just speaks volumes for this show and the belief that OWN TV has in you all in your story. So thank you so much for who you are and what you do.
Thank you so much. It was good talking to you.
Absolutely. I'll be tuning in on Saturdays. I know how to find you.
Yay!
Appreciate you.
Much success. Much
Thank you for your
success.
support.
Thank you.
All
You
right,
too.
y'all ever
You
have
too.
a tour like you come to Memphis and talk about relationships, please don't come here and not let me know. I can help put some
Oh, we
people
got.
in some seats.
Yeah, we got it. We got to make that happen. We'll definitely be in touch. Thank you for
All
sure.
right, I appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Take
I just love shows where you get to meet real people who are so vulnerable and so transparent and are not trying to, do it for the money or the gram, as they say. I really believe that Russell and Kolby, their hearts are in the right place, and God can take that and use that, and He's gonna just take them. Like that Ephesians 3:20 going to be on them. I just know it. We'll see a lot more of them. And I just want to thank you all so much for watching this morning. I want you to know that you don't have to be on TV to consider yourself amazing and brilliant and awesome. You are that, because that is your birthright. So whatever is in your heart to do, I hope you'll go out there and you'll do it. No excuses. You won't water it down. You won't your light, because we need your brilliance. We need the original version of you, right? So in closing, think positive, dream big dreams, help someone along the way to do the same. And guess what? I'll see you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.